yawns like, oh man, this is so beautiful.
Hold on, I'm just gonna play the intro. You guys can keep talking. The people won't hear you though.
All right.
What's up, everybody?
It's cracking, lacking. Oh, I'm loving this new office chair, though. I won't lie. It feels so good to be in an actual executive chair versus like this piece of crap I picked off of Facebook Marketplace 3 years ago.
Oh shit! That's a very large difference.
3 years ago.
3 years ago, man. See, the thing is, I was telling Skinny offline. But I've had this chair. I needed a chair for my my music studio, my room, right? So I just got this random chair. I'm never in it for more than a few hours at a time, right?
Yeah.
But being at home, sitting in here all day for weeks on end, has shown me just how freaking important it is to spend money on that ergonomic chair. You know what I mean?
Yo, man, one of my friends is dating a chiropractor, and she was telling me how he's like been more busy now than before because everyone's working from home and everyone's not sitting properly, and then they all start to have back problems, and then he's having like emergency chiropractor appointments because he has to like realign people, help them adjust, help them stretch, and all this stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been pretty funny.
It's true, man. It's crazy how much of a difference just immediately sitting in it upright. I realized I gotta have to slouching a little bit in that chair, you know, because it's not ergonomically sound. Speaking of ergonomics, no, I actually legit have no transition. I just felt like saying
I used to sell chairs, so if you really want to talk about ergonomics, let's discuss this.
Did you?
I used to sell chairs.
I remember I used to work at
Staples. He has your safety net.
Remember I used to work
this
at
is
Staples,
like
man.
An episode of Family Guy where like someone's talking about something random and all of a sudden Peter has done this job before.
Yeah.
And they cut away to him doing the job, you know? Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no. I mean, you know, chairs are important. The director, the director's chair is the most important.
Brian, 2020. Chairs are important.
Marty straight holding that chair.
I was gonna say chairs are important.
Yo.
The director's chair is the most important, and Zack Snyder as a director has some news for you. There you go.
Yes, good transition. Okay. If you ended it at chairs are important, I would have been okay with that too.
Cheers. That might have. That's guys. I think we're gonna make that the title. That's right off the bat. We're gonna put that as the title. I'm writing that down because we keep forgetting about these damn titles.
Just chairs. We do forget.
Oh my god.
Chairs are important.
Chairs are
let me
important.
get to the doc here. So yeah, are we talking about it earlier in Geek News?
Oh no, let's talk about it now because I think you know why they're doing it.
Yo. Everything, the universe is why they're doing it. Everything played up to this. The way COVID has been happening, people looking for content. He's also been pursuing this like crazy on Twitter and stuff, screening his movies, getting people hyped. If anyone, Zack Snyder should win Marketing of the Year award.
Yeah,
because he's been on this campaign.
That.
He's been on this campaign for years, since 2013. When was Batman versus? Because Man of Steel was 2013, right?
Yeah,
Batman versus Superman 2016, maybe
16.
Yeah. Okay. So for 3 years, he's been on this. My cut is. What's that?
What's it gonna do?
Supposedly, it's much better.
Like, what's the point?
Okay, so I'll tell you one thing I'm looking.
2017 is when the Justice League film came out, and he's pretty much been pushing since that. Since like
2017.
Yeah, since the movie came out, he's pretty much been like, because Joss Whedon took over for the end, right? Because his son had passed or something. That's what I remember. Yeah.
So Snyder had pretty much shot 90% of this movie before Whedon took over. So I don't know how he's gonna cut this together to actually have a finale or an ending. Maybe he already does.
Yeah.
But what's gonna happen, from what I've read in this article that I sent to you guys, is that HBOMax will debut it in 2021, but it'll be a 4-hour event.
Oh Lord.
Why?
But hold on, it'll be cut into 6 TV style chapters. So he has a bigger and larger story to tell that he wanted to. Remember, it was supposed to be 2 movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
True.
Right. So
he said a lot was cut from what he filmed.
That's it. So he filmed a lot of content. Remember, Batman versus Superman, Justice League, like they were all filmed back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got a ton of content he can literally put together and actually tell the story he wanted to tell, or at least tell a lot of the stories he wanted to tell. And I'm looking forward to seeing that, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, you've heard talks of the Snyder cut, and it was like this thing of myth and mystery that people that you didn't think existed, and now it's actually going to happen. So I'm pumped for it, man.
Well, it's true. It's like apparently like the original Superman 2, the director's cut or whatever was like miles better than the original. So like, why not for the same thing for this?
Exactly.
Plus, I mean, I never. Did you guys ever see his cut of Batman versus Superman?
Unfortunately,
no,
yeah.
I
haven't seen that one
yet.
I did.
Is it good?
Is it a lot better than the original?
It was the only version I saw, and it was long as fuck. Like,
well,
that doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
It's long as fuck.
Because you don't have the comparison, so you can't determine if it was better than the original.
He can't compare
comparison of a bad movie to a bad movie. The fuck? No.
Because I shit you not. Thomas Jane's Punisher, if you have the director's cut, it adds enough scenes that makes the movie make sense.
I see.
Why do I
This
need
is
to
all about
compare
the Punisher
a bad movie
again,
to a
isn't it?
bad movie?
Always about the Punisher.
Thomas Jane's Punisher was actually good the first time around.
Yeah, I like that
movie.
Punisher.
I was the one who didn't really like it.
Oh, I was gonna say,
sorry, I like the aspects of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hash this back
Same
up.
with,
Let's go back to
Daredevil.
Snyder for a second. Huh?
Same with Daredevil.
What,
only
Ben
thing-
Affleck's Daredevil?
Oh, God.
No, he's talking about
Ben
the
Affleck's Daredevil. If you see the extended version, it's not as good compared to like the extended version of like the Punisher, but
What?
it still makes the story make a
Dave,
lot more sense.
I gotta ask a question. Why are you caping for these old ass movies right now? I don't
I'm not hating,
understand.
I'm just saying that I was trying to use them as a point.
Oh, okay.
to why Skinny asked me the question before. I'm saying
like
that in
why
some
Zack
scenarios,
Snyder- okay.
those are better,
Sorry,
much better than the actual original movie.
I just
I
noticed
agree-
all of
I
a
agree
sudden
with-
he's like naming all these movies like, guys, the original cut of this film had 24 minutes.
Sorry, I went on a tangent. I didn't mean to.
But I agree with you, Dave. I would probably want to see the other cut, like Snyder's cut of
That's
that
fair.
movie, and compare the two.
Yeah.
And I don't mind if something's long. If it's long
But
and it's digestible, that's fine. It's fine. It's long and you're like, oh man.
I'll say this though, Skinny's point of I don't need to watch if I didn't enjoy the what's supposed to be the more detailed, like explaining more of the story, setting up more, and I didn't like it. I'm not gonna like the one where there's less explanation and I'm watching the movie like, but you're missing stuff. Like there's whole sections that
know
don't
what I'm
make sense.
saying?
But you don't even get that much because really what you get is like, okay, the beginning that's extended and you're like, oh, so that's Jimmy Olsen. So what? That's what you get.
But that's the thing. I don't know. I was going to ask if someone can make the comparison because if he did good, if his cut for that would be good, then this cut would be amazing if he was given more footage. No, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd have to read a bunch of different articles from different viewpoints to really get like a median. Because I also don't like looking up like other people's comparisons.
Yeah. But Dave, take into consideration sometimes more isn't better, right? Like if he he has more footage doesn't mean that footage needed to go in. There's times where they make movies and they cut so much because they're just like, we realize like if we put this, and this, it doesn't it kind of just doubles down on something that we don't even give a payoff to at the end of the film. So sometimes it might just not be worth it, you know? So
that's true. And it might not be.
Yeah.
But Darkseid is in it.
Yeah, that does sound pretty cool. That does sound pretty cool. Yeah, Zack Snyder, man. I mean, yeah, like rewind. To my point, what I was saying about why I think they're doing it. They're not doing it because Zack Snyder has been asking. They're doing it because they want people to sign up for HBOMax. Like this is his marketing. Don't get me wrong, still marketing worked well, and I'm sure this kind of like I don't know if they told him, hey man, keep asking for your cut. We're gonna eventually put it out, but like keep amping the fanboys up. But whether or not that was how they did it, I still see what they're doing, and I'm still excited. I don't know what HBOMax is gonna mean for Canada because as we know here we have Crave, and that leads to a lot of like really weird contracts with Bell and HBO and whatnot. So unfortunately, I have no clue if we're going to have access to HBO Max. I would hope so because they're not going to have the exact same things as the HBO Go app, which is what Crave kind of hybrids over here. So yeah, I'm really hoping that we get HBO Max separately. And if they strip a lot of the stuff that's already on Bell, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But I still want to be able to watch, back archives of content that I used to like back in the day. And this movie, for example, like if it ends up on Crave, that's cool, but I don't know for a fact that Bell's going to have the money to put down on all of these new things that they're going to be producing.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things that this whole situation with all these new streamers is actually a little difficult for other markets, because whoever you have licensing deals with, those guys now have to double down on how much money they're willing to put out to get access to all that content to try and compete, or just let the streamer come into the market and take over, in which case you start to lose footing.
Yeah, but my biggest thing right now is, what's the end game for all these big companies releasing their own streaming services?
Yeah,
I just see an oversaturation and a spread of content onto different platforms to get our money, and it just doesn't make sense, because we're not going to sign up for your thing more just because you have 2 new shows that we want to see. Like, the amount of money you're going to get from that is very little to if you actually put it on a platform that already exists and charge a premium on that platform.
Yeah.
Right? You make a deal, but everyone is stingy, and I don't think anyone's really thinking about long term when it comes to these. Quibi did not think long term.
Quibi is like, people are already saying it's a failure. They're already I've called it a failure because I had it for the 1 month because I signed up. I was one of the pre-order, and then at midnight the app downloaded, and then I signed up, and then I stupidly it's on me. I didn't read that fine print about Quebec, and that's fine. But I watched as much of it as I could in the 1 month. Like, I watched a lot of those shows, especially because they're short. Like I was saying, they're 6 minutes. So and it wasn't impressive. They didn't do what they said they were going to do with the tech, and and now people are talking about, like, well, what's the point? Like, for me, the major issue for Quibi versus any of the others in the market, and it, like Tobi was saying, it comes down to the price that I'm paying. If I'm going to pay $9.99 to have Quibi with no ads, and I'm paying $4.99 for Apple TV to get those with automatically doesn't come with ads, and I'm getting high quality content, full series, thought out, versus 3 episodes of a show divided into 6-minute segments to make up a season.
Yeah,
like, that's how they were doing it. It's
I get the innovation. I get wanting to be the first big company to do something like they try to do, but there was just not much thought put into it.
Yeah.
And I'm actually sad to see all these, but then again, the actors they got aren't really like actors of note in the TV shows, except for Caitlin Olsen. I thought her show would be funny. Is it? Did you try? Did you watch that?
Oh, I watched the first 3 episodes of that one. It's okay. Will Forte does a good. What's the name of the show?
It's like they're like these home reno couple, right? And they stumble upon like cartel money or something in one of the houses they bought.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Essentially, it's just that they're a couple. They're jealous of this like home decor couple that's on TV, played by Jerry O'Connell and Rebecca Romaine. Almost said her old last name. Rebecca Romaine. And Jerry
O'Connell.
Yeah, O'Connell. There you go. Thank you. Sorry, I'm so used to saying her old last name, man. They were together for so long. Anyway,
it flowed, man. It flowed.
It did.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it did.
But they're like jealous of them because those guys have a home renovation show. So Will Forte and what's her name? Katie Olsen. Sorry?
Caitlin Olsen. Yeah.
Caitlin Olsen. Thank you. They decide that they're gonna start doing the same thing. They like she got fired from her job. I think he gets fired from his. And then they go off and they start doing the renovations. And then, but again, by the 3rd episode, I stopped watching because the big problem for me was mostly the rotation. Like, I tried watching it in the vertical. I really did try watching shows in the vertical to see, because that's the new aspect, right? Like, that's the big new thing you're doing. Because if I watch it in landscape, that's like every other app, and I just can't watch it on my TV, so I'm not getting much out of it. And it was. Man,
I wish I saw the shows, because I have a question for you since you did though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it that the shows or content they have is made for that format, or did they take just a regular show and filmed it in that format? You get the difference?
They filmed the show in standard classics fashion with the landscape and the medium shots, wide shots, and whatnot. And then when they would edit it so that, let's say for example, a shot of 2 people on a couch.
Mm-hmm.
instead of it being two people on the in landscape, it's two people on the couch split right down the middle, perfect framing, mid body frame, equal distance, whatnot. If you turned it vertically, they would just cut it in half and put the two squares on top. So if he was on the left, he was on top, and if she's on the right, she's on the bottom.
That sounds so dumb. So wait, would these shows have just been successful as regular shows on another network?
I think the show Dummy by Judd Apatow's girlfriend.
Right.
I think her show, no, not Judd Apatow. I'm sorry, Dan Harmon's girlfriend. Apologies.
I was gonna say Judd Apatow's wife.
A wife. Sorry. Apologies. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about Judd Apatow.
You just didn't want to have to say Dan Harmon.
Yeah. I was avoiding saying Harmon's name again. That's stupid.
We're on a street. We're on a
Damn you, Harmon.
Dan Harmon.
I think her name's Cody Heller. Sorry, I should give her credit. Her name's Cody Heller. She's not just his girlfriend, as much as the whole premise of the show Dummy is about the fact that she's worried.
Her girlfriend. I mean boyfriend.
Yeah, there you go. The premise of the show really does go down to her being insecure and like concerned that she'll always be known just as his girlfriend. So I feel bad that that's what I'm feeding into. But
that's the one show you think
that show, if they moved it to a different network, would have been an interesting show, because the show is about her making friends with his sex doll, and yeah, the show she's friends with his sex doll. The sex doll talks to her. She's the only one that can hear the sex doll, and they go on these like.
Isn't it Allison Brie?
No, it's Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like number 5 in Umbrella Academy type thing?
Huh?
Or even worse.
Sorry.
Like, I'm trying to do a comparison of how this person's treating the doll. You're saying like the same, like how number 5 in Umbrella Academy has Bridget or whatever that mannequin is.
Yes.
Oh no.
Except this one actually, like when you see
this dummy. The dummy talks to her. You see the doll
Yeah.
talking to her when she's interacting with the doll.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like CG.
Okay, so like you see her
moves
world, and then you see sometimes what people see is what you're saying.
No, you almost never see what people see. It's the show.
Oh, really?
Well, dude, the whole thing is
Okay.
the show doesn't have time to show you other people because the episodes are 6 minutes. That's the other crazy thing.
Right.
You have a 6-minute episode, and you
Why did they think this would work?
Why is this a good idea?
every time she interacts, like there's one scene where she does interact with someone else. So the doll ends up in a trash can. Someone takes the doll from the trash can. The doll is in the guy's cart. He's like a homeless dude. He's rolling down the street with it, and she starts chasing after him because she wants to save the doll. Even though she was the reason the doll got thrown out, she now wants to save it because she's like, oh my god. And meanwhile, the doll in the basket is like talking about like he's gonna rape me, and just keeps like talking about like this guy's gonna do nasty things to her. And then she's just like, sir, and then she's talking to the doll in front of the guy, and the guy's just like, who are you talking to? So there's a few times where they have that, but they don't do it often because you don't have time to kind of explain. You don't have time for the B story of her being mentally ill and interacting.
So it's just the comedic aspects that come from it.
Yeah. Because they don't have time to address, and that's the first thing I said. I think I tweeted when I was watching it. I said the only thing about this show that I would want to see is if they want to play a magical angle where like the doll is actually magical, or that she has mental illness.
Wow, they're literally trying to capture people with short attention spans, but they completely missed the mark on actually having something worth watching.
Let's be honest. Yeah. I have one of the shortest attention spans in this group, and I didn't
like
it.
Shit. So, Mr. 1.5.
Yeah.
Yep. So 1.75 sometimes.
If I can't watch a 6-minute show, and I'm dude, by the end of the last episodes, I was skipping 10 seconds at a time because I was just like, okay, I just need to get to the end of this. And that's a 6-minute show. I was going
to ask if you watched that at 1.5 if you reduced it from 6 minutes to 3.
Dude, no joke. If I could have sped it up to watch it, because that's the only thing. Because of the format for Quibi, no one's figured out how to rip these shows yet, because you can't you can't screen cap and you can't screen cap and you can't screen cast from your phone. Like when you're using it, if you screencast to your TV, the TV says this app is not available for display, and that's it.
You can turn those things off or add features to alert others to your screen. Like how Snapchat, when you screenshot someone's thing, it tells them this person is screenshotted you what you said.
I have an app that gets around that, but even the app that I have couldn't do it, and I was like, damn, that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, no, that's a big swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss.
I didn't think I was going to be giving a Quibi rundown again, but not again, but like a more in detailed one. But the only
it's correlated to what we were talking about.
Yeah. I think the shows about kicks. There's like one about kicks that's like some sneaker. I don't remember what it's called, but some of the sneakerheads, like when I saw on Reddit, were just like, yo, they were down for it because it's just a show about sneakers. And like Lena Waithe is talking to different people. They're talking about Jordans. They're talking about style. They're talking about like why kicks are important in the Black community. And I feel like that would have been a good YouTube series. So if you're gonna put it on Quibi, fine, that's cool. But
interesting. I have a lot to say on that topic too, but we don't have enough time to get into that.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, DC definitely missed out, I think. I'm hoping to watch the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
And go, oh man, they messed up. You know? Legit. Because I already thought the movie, you already thought the movie was trash.
Yeah.
But like just knowing that they actually for once had the opportunity to like hit something out of the park, and they literally at the last second pulled the person making it happen out of the picture and failed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would have been it would be great to see. I'm starting to sorry, go ahead.
Do you think if they delayed it and let him direct it when he was able to focus, that it could have done better? Yeah? Okay.
If that was the real reason, why wouldn't you you know what I mean? In many cases, that's what's happened. You wait for the person whose vision is directing this whole thing. You don't just cut, although we've seen Marvel do it. Yeah. Not Marvel, sorry. We've seen Disney do it.
Yeah.
Star Wars. Shoot like Solo, exactly. Yeah. But this to me was it was weird, especially considering the circumstances behind why he was leaving.
Yeah.
I thought it was a low blow.
A little bit insensitive, right?
Like, but the thing is, if he at all gave permission or wanted them to continue, that's something else. Like if he's I don't think
he had a choice though.
Oh no, he's definitely leaving no matter what because of the circumstances. He for sure that he was going to change his priorities, obviously. But I'm saying like, it's like imagine he's like instead of being like, yo, I quit my job. It's more like, hey, I gotta leave. I think this guy would be good to finish this, but I gotta leave. I can't commit to this contract because of the obvious reason.
Yeah.
So maybe if he had at all had a say in it, then fine. But if it was them just being like, oh, you're leaving, we're doing this, it's kind of
no, exactly why it's shit. Because if it was the mutual decision of him leaving because the circumstance was hard to deal with, but please have someone else finish what I wrote or my vision, and they're like, yes, we will. But this was like, oh, he's gone, let's change the whole thing. That's legit what happened.
It's true when you say it like that. That's pretty messed up. Oh, hey, it's like I'm just picturing like when the teacher walks out of the class and the kids just like immediately stop doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
that's what they did. They're just like, oh, the teacher's gone, and then everyone just runs around the class. They're like drawing on the chalkboard, just doing whatever kind of craziness, and then the teacher walks back in, and you're just like, and the bell's already gone off, so the teacher can't do anything. You know what I mean? Like that's what it was.
That's a good description.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Precisely. Yeah. So anyway, for him, I'm hoping it works out and he gets more work.
Yeah.
I actually didn't mind a lot of the movies. Like I feel like some people just get this weird flack that never leaves. It's like a stain on their career. It never leaves. You know what I mean?
Some of them
he's one of them.
Yeah, but some of them deserve it, man. Because Homeboy, who did Fantastic Four, and then this Capone movie, Trask or whatever.
Oh, 100%.
Dude.
He's not. This is not his world.
Yeah, he did. Okay, that might have to be the title. This is not his world, and a picture of him. This is not because, dude. Did you hear the reviews for Capone? Like that.
Absolutely not.
God,
did he fail? Tell me.
Failed bad, man. Like people are not liking that movie.
How do you let the makeup work pass like that? It just looks horrible, man. It's just horrible.
My thing when I originally saw the trailer was, do we need this story though?
Right?
Like, no
Right?
offense to no, you know what? Full offense to Capone. We don't need another part of your life told. I don't care about when you went senile because you didn't get your gonorrhea treated and you ended up getting, like, I don't need that story of him. Oh, they're trying to find Capone's vault. Who cares? It's like,
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
It was not needed, and like, I don't know what's up with Tom Hardy these days. He seems to just take things
He's
just
got,
to like do them.
He's got Nicolas Cage syndrome, my friend.
Yeah. It's legit. It's legit that. I don't know. It sucks because I just finished Peaky Blinders and he killed it in that.
Oh yeah.
He plays like a Jewish gangster, a British Jewish gangster. It's pretty good.
That is awesome.
I saw one of the speeches between him and the guy who played Scarecrow.
Oh,
yeah.
And I was like, I saw the speech between them. I'm like, yeah, I gotta watch this show. It's on the
Peaky
list.
Blinders, his speech on Peaky Blinders. Yeah, because
like,
the character he plays.
He's talking about the Bible to him and stuff. And you're like, holy shit.
Yeah. His character is pretty nuanced and just doesn't care. He makes deals, but he makes business deals, but he's never loyal to the person he makes a deal with. If someone comes with a bigger and better deal.
Oh,
so
interesting.
It complicates the relationship between him and our main character because our main character needs him, but knows he can't trust him. But he can trust him in certain situations as long as he's controlling what those situations are. It's a really, really dope relationship. And I think those kinds of roles is what Tom Hardy should be doing. Not this, these are such old tales that nobody needs anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't resonate with our generation.
Some people,
for all you know, he has maybe there's an affinity to him about it. Maybe there's something about his past that he wants to do it.
Who? Tom Hardy?
Yeah, for all you know.
No, it makes sense. It's probably the same reason he did that. What's the one he did before Bane where he gained all that weight?
Oh no, I'm thinking of the one where he was twins.
Hold on.
Yeah, I was about to say the one that he was twins.
That one was good. I like that.
Yeah, that one's actually good.
No. But even
Bronson in 2008.
Okay. Yeah, he does like period pieces though. He seems to really enjoy doing period pieces. And I guess and I'm not mad at it. It's just that I feel like is it typecasting or is it him? Like is it that he loves doing these period pieces or is it just because he's done so many of them and he fits so well in those worlds and he can deliver the action for that type of story?
What would you call it? Is it self typecasting or what is it? What would you call that?
I think it's more. I don't think it's. I just think it's the concept that he's really good at it. He probably doesn't need to practice a lot in order to take on a role.
Yeah. And
for him. It's probably quick, easy work, and it's a joyful experience. He gets to meet other actors, and because like you have to imagine, like I imagine, like he seems like the type of guy to me who likes to interact with like his fellow brethren of sorts or whatever. So
I love that you know how Tom Hardy he likes to spend his time.
Oh, I love Tom Hardy. He's great. Like I've seen him in interviews. He just seems like a genuine guy who likes the experience. So for him to do all these pieces, he gets to give back to the community and he gets to get a paycheck. Why not?
Yeah.
And then he does the bigger, badder things that he knows he could put his heart into,
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't remember the last thing I saw him in that wasn't a period piece.
Well, Venom. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's
I was about to list a bunch, but I couldn't think of any. So I'm actually going to try.
It's funny, but when look at the last few movies, it's like period piece or hero movie. It's like, whoa, that's really weird. That's like those are two.
he found his niche and it works, and it sucks for him that this movie just wasn't it. I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't think he cares either.
Who knew playing a wild, crazy, broken Capone was not the one, Hardy? I could have told you that. Where's your agent, man?
It's the director. It's like a homeboy who wrote X-Men Apocalypse and then did Dark Phoenix. We don't see him working again. Simon Kimber?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys are really. I think I can maybe count how many of these are not period pieces.
Other than Star Trek Nemesis, which is the first movie I ever saw him in, and that's like 20 years ago now, I really don't know.
No, he's all about the movies and the period movies. Like the last few he had, He right now he has in production or whatever another Mad Max, War Party, the second Venom. Then it's Taboo, Capone, Peaky Blinders, Venom, Sticky. I don't know what that is. Dunkirk, The Revenant, Legend.
Jesus.
Yeah.
London
Dude.
Road, Max Fury.
You realize
Lawless,
how many of those?
remember Lawless?
Yeah. Oh yeah, with
Lawless
Shia.
is coming up.
What?
Lawless was right before Dark Knight.
Yeah. It
He
was
did
actually
Warrior.
they
Warrior
were-
was not a peace movie, but it was
Yeah,
like a unique setting.
Yeah, there's a trend here though. Super fit
like
actor,
setting.
action,
Yeah.
or period piece.
Yeah.
Or war movie. He has a lot of war movies.
Period piece.
I consider War Movies a period piece. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily everyone, but I guess you have every right.
I
to-
mean,
yeah,
for the
I guess.
ones he's doing, like Dunkirk's a period piece. That's not.
Black Hawk Down at this point is a period piece.
Yeah, shit. That's one. Oh my
That's
God.
Okay,
I
so
think
this-
that was like the first movie I ever saw his face in.
Can you
Of the
imagine?
movies I can confirm that are not a period piece, it is Star Trek Nemesis.
Yeah. It was,
Sweeney Todd, which is a musical. Inception.
Sweeney Todd, I count as a period piece though. Isn't Sweeney Todd set in like Victorian London?
It's based on like a real story.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, like even if it's
The
a
demon
musical.
You have
barber, the
Inception?
demon barber was like a real thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's actually wild.
Oh, so I'll tell you a fun fact. You know how barbers
Jurassic
have
Five.
you know how barbers
Yes.
have
The candy
that
cane thing?
stripy thing in front of their stores.
Yeah.
So
Right.
back in the day, barbers you never used to be striped. It used to be just a plain like something just spinning around. But back then, barbers were also doctors. A lot of them actually used to perform emergency surgeries in their barber shop, and they
Hot.
would put a bloody rag in that thing and spin so people know that, hey, I'm a barber who also is able to perform these emergencies. Look it up.
What?
This is part of history. Look it up.
You're not operating on my spleen and then giving me a fucking.
Yo, listen,
Giving me a
you
nice
take-
fade.
Well, you rest here. I'll just trim your beard.
listen, we're talking about the 1800s here,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
people didn't have access to this on a regular in the
Yeah.
poor streets of Birmingham.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
penicillin in the lineup.
Right?
4 streets of Birmingham.
Birmingham in London, not in the States.
Can
I
I,
know. It's just like
I'm
you're like so like confident.
Uh,
like yes, Birmingham.
can I
Like,
get my
I'm sure-
appendix
I'm sure
pulled
I'm
out
messing up.
and a nice fade on the side? Maybe a 0.5.
And I have this bullet
Watch the
in my
line. Watch
eye
the
I
line.
need to
Yeah.
take out.
Yo, watch the line, homie. Watch the line. Don't mess up
But
my
yeah,
line.
I'm pretty sure I'm like not telling it exactly, but it's definitely something along those lines.
That's pretty dope though. I mean, that's some interesting shit right there. Just-
Yeah.
I got gangrene. God damn
You writing a gang rap about this?
Oh my god. Okay, we talked about Tom Hardy barbers in the 1800s.
Yep.
How do we get here?
The same way we get everywhere, Pinky.
Yeah.
Ah! Good. Good.
Lord have mercy.
Props, bro. Props. That made my day.
man. I guess we can talk about some shows we watched, and since we all three of us watched the same show, might as well start with that one.
Yo, Dave, hit us.
All right, so we got DC Universe's Stargirl that premiered on CW.
Yeah.
What I'll say about
Before we start talking about your opinion,
how are we going to approach this?
hold on. I know I can tell you. have
Oh, is
stuff to-
it negative energy already?
That's
It's
that.
not. No,
Oh,
no,
okay, okay. Hold on.
I'm
I'm
gonna-
so-
I'm
I
just
don't
gonna
have
let you know,
Yeah.
as a big critique or critic. How do you? What am I? A critic, I guess.
Yeah, we're
Big
critics.
critic
Yeah.
of CW shows or DC
Yeah.
Universe shows.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
very picky.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this.
Okay. Yeah.
I was going to say the same. I very much enjoyed it. I think there were certain times that there was a bit of bad acting here and there,
Yeah, which is fine.
Like,
Okay.
which is fine. I was thoroughly impressed with the action level, like 3D
The effects were incredible.
Yeah.
the effects or whatever.
Yeah.
Spot on. The fights were dope.
Yeah, that first fight's with the
I dare say
JSA.
I was impressed.
So I was. Could I go next?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Okay, so we're not gonna get into the story too quickly here, but I would say for the first 20 minutes when they're sort of giving you the background on everything,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this kind of reminds me of Doom Patrol ish, kind of like just talk, like everything's just happening, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
it's not bad, it's good, but there's nothing super extravagant about it.
Yeah.
The moment the cosmic staff comes in and she has her first night with it, and
Yeah.
she doesn't know how to maneuver it. But you already know she's a gymnast, and they actually incorporate her gym routines with her using the staff. I was like, okay, all right,
That's pretty dope.
cool. I believe that she can do this.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. I couldn't say the same for Batgirl, and I couldn't say the same for Supergirl.
You know what? I give them credit because one of the things we always complain about is the fact that, you know, the whole Mary Sue argument, right? Where characters just pick up something and can kill it. The fact that they set up the whole gymnastics angle like early, like they kept talking about gymnastics. She's upset she can't do gymnastics. There's no gymnastics at the school. And then the first time she gets the rod, and the rod instinctively knows to just like be a bar for her, and she's just like, okay, and she jumps and starts doing the moves and like is on top, and I was like, okay, you guys, okay.
Like she's awkward,
but
the moments where she doesn't have her step or her routine tight, the staff is there to kind of guide her, and it just looks smooth and 100%. I don't know what company did the effects for this one as opposed to all the other DC Universe shows or CW shows, but keep hiring them.
Yeah, they're doing it well.
Like, I don't know if it's because it was the pilot and they maybe put more money into it, because that sometimes does happen. But like, I dare say, like,
that's true.
The first like 20 minutes, like that part that you're talking about, like before present, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that fighting, like, it felt movie quality. I was like, actually, like, there, I'm like, I am genuinely shocked how good this is right now.
Yeah, Skinny.
But is it because it's the first episode?
What was Skinny you were about to say?
Considering I'm watching it live as you guys are talking about
Of course you are.
No. This is how you kill DC superheroes if you're gonna fucking do it.
Yeah,
dude. Right?
I love that Skinny's like, I'm watching it right now.
You should actually, once we're done this, just go watch it. It's really good.
I was just checking to see what you're talking about. But like, I'm in and like,
that was great.
I read some reviews after I watched the first episode because I had the same question, Dave. Like, can they keep this level of effects? Do they have the budget to keep my expectations this high? Because I'm not. You can't look back after this. This was incredible. When Stripe shows up at the end and it looks like Big Hero 6, and I was like, yo.
You get the Stripe
you get him in the suit. Yeah, okay. You get him in the suit. Right.
And it looks believable. It looks clean.
It's better than Grodd and Flash.
Yeah, dude.
Be better than Grodd and Flash.
Yeah.
That's a low bar.
Grodd was still pretty good when he was introduced, but now it crushes that. Like he's an ant.
This was incredible. Anyway, so just going back to the quality. So a couple of the reviewers, they get advanced screenings of the first 3 episodes usually.
Yeah.
And they actually say that they keep up the level of effects at least for the first 3 episodes.
Oh, good.
So I'm assuming the whole season will probably have this level of special effects. Okay. The fight scenes between her and Brainwave.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah. That was dope.
Come on.
I think I'm really excited for it. I think, you know, I wasn't excited at first. I'll be honest.
No, I wasn't. I actually had zero. Maybe that's what did it.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, Toby. I was just about to say, the fact that we have such low expectations for anything that's CW DC Universe, when it actually just does a modicum of standards, like they just basically do. Hey, what do we need to do for this show to be good? Just tell a decent story.
We're doing ourselves a bit of disservice by not. We do obviously have pretty high standards when it comes to shows, and we know what's good and what's not.
Yeah.
And I thought this would be a failure in DCU, DC Universe, and then when they moved to the CW, I was like, "Oh, there's got to be a reason."
Oh yeah.
It's going to CW to die. To die. But no, maybe it's sent there to resurrect that damn universe. I don't know, but. It sounds to me like, and they're bringing Swamp Thing to CW.
I was just about to say Swamp Thing's coming back.
What?
Yeah.
No. You didn't watch it.
Oh, Skinny. They're just going to air the episodes that they did finish for the Disney thing on
DC
CW during the summer.
Yeah, season 1. But aren't they going to do more episodes? Is that not?
No.
I don't. There's no plans for a second season of Swamp Thing, but I think
they're airing the first season on CW,
and then seeing how that does, and see if they can greenlight a second season. I'm assuming.
Right.
That makes sense. Yeah, I know.
Without doing the stupid tax calculation problem.
Well, I know the CW is like really, really going after content. Like they jumped on Corner, that Canadian show on CBC with Saranda Swan, the girl that played. Yeah, Medusa.
In that storybook movie TV show.
Well, I know she played Medusa on Inhumans, but I don't know what else she's done recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm confusing it with something else.
Okay.
Never mind.
But yeah, she has a show called Corner that's on the CBC. That's gonna be over at CW. And then they picked up another show from another market. I don't remember which one, but somewhere overseas. Oh, maybe the UK. Yes, something from the UK. I don't remember the name, but yeah.
So check this. Here's my theory. Ever since seeing that whole piece of crap event happen, the whole Arrowverse crossover, what was the last one again?
Yeah.
Final?
Yeah.
I was wondering if you meant that or the war.
No, Infinite Crisis, was it?
No, Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Yeah.
So once they showed every single universe outside of the CW verse, I was like, oh, I think they're going to actually, in the next couple seasons, scrap the entire Arrowverse and bring over all those DCEU universes. Titans, Stargirl, Swamp Thing, Doom Patrol, everything's going to be on CW.
They would have to clean up Titans, but yeah, I could see that. I could see them wanting to, because those shows are running older now. Like you have your Arrow's done, your Flash you're gonna have to finish off at some point. Supergirl, I don't know how the ratings are, but I don't think
did it ever have ratings?
Yeah, I don't think it's doing super well. Batwoman, Batwoman lost their lead and now has to recast.
Can that be an impromptu damn intake discussion?
No.
Damn, we do this? Like,
we gotta save it. We gotta save it.
Stargirl. Let Stargirl have her day. Let Stargirl have her shine.
Yes, we should. Because there's a shining light over that crap. But anyway.
Save it. But yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say this in regards to the Stargirl. Mm-hmm. I think the main actress, she needs to
the Miley Cyrus lookalike.
Huh?
The Miley Cyrus lookalike. That girl looks like exactly like Hannah. She looks like Hannah Montana with the wig on. Like she looks like.
That's exactly it.
She's exactly her, man. But she actually is blonde, and that like looks like her. So
yeah, it suits her for sure.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
You need to get a bit better acting, but other than that,
I'm not gonna be picky, man. I actually I don't mind the naive.
Yeah, she's been acting for a minute too. She's been a star on like her own show on Disney or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's been on TV for a minute.
Decent actress.
Like if you're
I think I like the immature approach to her.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're getting like a quality of like uncertainty or like she's trepidation with how she approaches things, that might be intentional because she's been doing this for a minute. Mm-hmm. So it could be that she's putting that on because the character's supposed to seem like A, annoyed that she's being moved, and B, uncomfortable with almost everything she's being introduced to. Also, she's so hurt about her experience with her father that she latches onto the idea that like a superhero was her dad immediately.
Yo, and you know what's funny about the dad, whatever relationship? Yeah. And they also go into the fact that she doesn't have friends. Anyway, the fact that her bond with I believed her bond with the staff was that immediate because of it. Yeah.
She was desperate for like a friend, and then the staff was this one thing that showed up in her life in a moment where she didn't feel like she had control over anything. And this staff is like, hey, here's a magical staff that will fly you around and let you do cool shit. Okay.
But hey, you don't really necessarily have control over me. You have to earn my trust. You have to earn yours. Because you can still the staff is legit carpet.
Yeah.
From Aladdin.
It is. That is the best. I was trying to find an analogy all day, and he finds it right now.
Or it's Doctor Strange's cape. Either one of those.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah.
But definitely more carpet than cape.
Yeah. Way more.
With laser and fire coming out the end of it.
That is such a good analogy for it, though. Yeah, definitely.
I also find.
Oh, sorry.
Do they establish what Earth this is?
Huh?
Establish what Earth it is.
They said it in the
Earth 3, no?
They said it in the crossover episode when they showed her at the end. I think she's in
Earth
like
2.
Does it put her in Earth 2?
I would assume.
Yeah, I think it's Earth 2, not 3.
We'd have to double check. I don't remember.
I just checked now. It's Earth 2.
Okay. And the JSA's dead. Damn, that's rough. Man, the one thing that sucks though, I was really, really hoping for Alan Scott's Green Lantern, like the OG, the magical Green Lantern. No, you don't see him. He's not there, and that's
he'll come back.
I hope
that.
But you do see Flash and all these.
Yeah, you see Jay Garrick. Well, you see his helmet.
Yeah.
And you see, and I like what they did in the picture. Did you see the picture? He's just a blur, like in Kingdom Come. Where the Flash, you never see his face. I was like, yes. I was so excited for that.
Cool.
I was like, yes, the nerds are living into this moment right now.
One thing I noticed though is in the photo where she found the photo in the basement and she's looking at it and stuff like that, like the characters they already have plans for have real faces.
Yes.
But the rest of them are kind of like this obscure, cartoonish looking face because they're not sure who the actor is for this hero yet. You know what I mean?
Oh, what do you guys think of Solomon Grundy?
Oh yeah, that's true.
I thought that
Grundy did make an appearance at the beginning.
I was hoping for a little bit more Grundy. I
could have went for another 5 minutes of that fight. That was amazing. Like, it was really good.
Was really good.
Yeah, it didn't look good for Starman though.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, you're alone, and he doesn't have tactical skills. You know what I mean? I could tell by the way he was fighting.
Yeah.
He relied too much on his powers, which is why it'd be different when she becomes Stargirl. She has more athletic ability than he looked like he had. Actually, which is interesting.
He's all just reactionary.
Yeah, exactly.
I also thought Luke Wilson and what's her name, Amy Smart. Is that her name?
Amy Smart.
Yeah, how did they get all these people to sign on? Someone at DC.
But they did such a good job. I think I really enjoyed the quality of the acting overall with many of the other guys.
Here's my theory. Yes, they definitely
people
picked
for every role.
Yeah, my theory is that no offense to Amy Smart.
Someone at DC pulled all their strings for all their friends.
Terrible.
I think possibly. I think it might have just it kind of works out into a situation where, because we're kids of the 2000s, like when we saw these movies old school and all this stuff back in the day, those actors are big to us. But 2020, those guys haven't really done much lately, and I mean that with no disrespect, but like.
Fact.
Like Luke Wilson and Amy Smart,
agree.
they're not really blowing up the theaters these days. So it's just like, well, what are you free to do this steady paycheck where you get to be on a show that's gonna probably have, we're actually putting money into this one.
Yeah.
So
we're putting money into it. Oh, okay.
If you just close your eyes at the right moment in time and you really want an A-list actor, you can literally hear Luke turn into Owen in certain areas. They actually sound the same. It's crazy.
They really do.
It's crazy.
I like that you're like, if you just squint enough, you'll get the A-lister.
Luke turns to Owen.
Oh boy.
But no, I was pleasantly surprised, man. I'm glad I have a DC show I can say I'm going to enjoy, but I have spoken too soon many times.
I know.
Episode, and
what was the other show that we said?
We all know what happened. Black Lightning.
Yeah, because we got excited for Black Lightning and then we shit on Krypton, and then Krypton turned out to be fucking epic. Krypton season 1.
What we're talking about.
Oh man,
that's so true. But we were wrong about Krypton eventually. Season 2.
Season 2 was bad. Yeah.
Black Lightning was DC's answer to Black Panther, and they were just trying to be black when they've never really handled black things before. So you know that.
Bro, they had all the ideas in that first episode.
Yeah.
And then it all went out the window after.
Dude, it's so
episode.
crazy.
It went out the window when they put out the theme song. Okay, last night I saw a superhero and he was black. All right,
I remember you were so annoyed about that theme song.
Well, it's stupid. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Black Lightning.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
they pandered and pandered.
Yeah, that was a moment. Black Lightning, Black Panther. There's like a whole hey, black people, watch some TV with us. It's like we've been watching TV.
Yeah. And then we realized slowly they have no idea what kind of shows to make.
Exactly. They don't know what we like at all.
Dear Greg Berlanti, stop being the guy to put your pen on everything.
Mm-hmm. Listen, just make something smart, intelligent, regardless of the race, and people will come to it. It's that simple.
Yeah, we've always said
same stories. We all go through the same things at different times, regardless of what you look like. So just pull from real life, insert person, done.
You know what show is doing that well that I talked about already once? Fort Salem is not the LGBTQ angle of Fort Salem is there, but it's not the main focus, and they're just writing solid witch stories. It's just what would happen if the witches were the military and you used magic as a military resource, and there just so happens to be a lot of women that are in love with each other. It's a matriarchal system, and go bong. and it's just a good story. It's just an interesting, well-told story. It doesn't matter
Is that Netflix?
No, that one's a CW show again. I know.
There's a show like that on Netflix. A witch show that just came out on Netflix.
Oh, possibly. This one's definitely.
Anyway.
Yeah, Motherland, Fort Salem. I talked about it last week when I compared it to Rookie, and I'm still telling people, actually sit down and watch and see the thought tree of characters as they make decisions throughout their lives in the show, and you'll be like, oh, these people are actually making logical decisions, yet still being emotional characters, and still like all the detail that you'd have for like a actual character, and all the things and all the flaws, but they're still actually making logical decisions and not just plot moves. And even to what Dave was saying about acting quality, not the best actors, don't get me wrong, but still doing a good job.
Yeah. It's just about just breaking the formula, man. Stop telling the same stories over and over again.
Oh yeah,
our lives aren't that monotonous if we really think about it. Something random happens to people all the time. There's a lot of stories to draw from. You just have to go online and literally see them. Yeah. It's all there. Just pick from one and make a movie or a show about that.
We got a comment here.
I'm tired of seeing the same things.
We got a comment. Silly guys, Owen is not even an A-lister himself anymore.
Come on, man. Dude just did Zoolander not too long ago. He is.
Make the response to that a fist bump.
Does A-list? Okay, so this actually brings up a good point. Does A-list mean that you're actually constantly in the public eye, or that you have star power?
I mean, star power in that every time you are hired in top quality movies that everyone will want to see or everyone knows about.
Yeah.
Or that you're
or just by your name being in it, people will come to see it.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a combination.
So I think that's where Owen Wilson falls in.
I still don't go to it. I don't care.
It depends if you're into. Okay, so here's another part. Are you into Owen Wilson as an actor, or do you like his movies or not? But if you look at his history and how much his movies, look at how many movies he started.
The intern one was great. That was the last one I saw.
Me and Dupree.
No, he did a one with the internship with Vince Vaughn.
With Vince Vaughn, where they had the internship at Google.
Yeah.
Oh, but Wedding Crashers.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, obviously that was a classic.
That was actually a really good movie.
Yes, but Amy Smart and Luke Wilson haven't really had movies to that level of success. You know what I mean? Like, there is a certain level that puts you in that A-list category.
I would say Royal Tenenbaums, but you're right. He wasn't the main star of that. But I think he's really good in it. Yeah.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Like, I'm curious what he's been in now.
We do have to continue though. We got to go into the next.
You guys are the guys who keep on making interesting conversation.
I can help with your Rick and Morty thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs down.
Thumbs up.
Oh my god!
Oh, dude, this episode was so repetitive.
Okay, let's.
It was about him. It was about Rick making device for Morty that he could go back. He could like save his spot, and like there's some games when you play the game, you have a save point, and then once you die, you return to that save point.
Yeah.
Or you could just. So like his thing is that he presses a button, he goes back to that save point. I'm not gonna go into it, but based off of that and based off of the ending, which I thought was hilarious. I thought it was pretty good.
But we've done this before. Was the save
point season 1?
They didn't do this one.
Dude.
When did they do this?
No, I'm saying, did the save point erase the rest and just go back to season?
Oh, yes. Funny.
No, dude, they've done this already. They've done this already. The whole him with the crystal making decisions based on which way the crystal leads him. But that's always different though. That was him doing it blindly, where this is where he was embellishing the different options in life and then being like, okay, I'll just go to the next. Like there's difference. One was he was completely blind. One he was enjoying every aspect that could happen in one's. I think it's different. It's different in the sense that he was aware or not aware, but you realize it's the same principle of the information and decisions of repeating things or doing the thing favorable to him. They've literally done that.
Maybe so, but it still ended up being a different story, though, in itself.
Was it? Because it's still the same thing of him.
I don't think so, bro.
I don't think so, dude. The exact same. the same thing with the Jessica bumping into her and redoing scenes so he can get the favorable outcome for Jessica is the same thing he did last time with the crystal so that he could have favorable outcomes with Jessica. We've seen this exact thing before. And the whole thing, the other thing that really bothered me about it was they redid the whole he's lived a life and he now goes back because he played that video game that time, lived an entire life in there, grows old, has kids, and then comes out. And it's just like, oh, that was a video game? Oh my God. And then he does it's the same, they're using those same tropes. You just, guys, it's your, what, fourth season?
I was entertained.
Yes.
You know, if I had a cruise ship, you'd be the captain.
Oh man.
Because like all these shows are practically ships and you stay on them until they sink. Somehow you survive. Now, you've survived about 10 shipwrecks now. Now, I know you jumped off.
Rick and Morty's not a shipwreck.
I know you jumped off the ship that is Batgirl. I know you did. But we're not gonna fault you because you survived. You've gone through so much traumatic experiences already that we're gonna allow you to jump off Batgirl. You know what I mean?
Watch Gotham. He did watch Gotham.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Gotham is on the list of shipwrecks.
True.
You Captain. But
that's the title. That's it.
Yeah, write it down, guys. Write it down. Someone write that down, please. You Captain.
You Captain.
The picture has to be a picture of me with the captain's hat.
Oh my
God.
God.
Or just actually, you know what? You probably fit the bill for Captain Haddock right now too. From Tintin. No?
There you go. I'm straight down. You don't even know how
just put an image of Captain Haddock on there.
You Captain. Oh my God.
Superimpose my face on top of it.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay.
But no, I'm sorry. Is it only me and Brian that watch Rick and Morty?
I stopped watching Rick and Morty maybe 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Akil?
I don't think you ever did. Yeah.
All right. So then, just because Brian doesn't like it doesn't mean automatically that it's a bad show.
I didn't say it was a bad show. I started watching it because it was a good show. It just isn't anymore.
I don't watch it because the people I know that do watch it are kind of douchey and racist. So I tend to stay away from the show.
You can count him out at that point.
God damn.
I watch South Park. I don't fuck with them either.
I keep watching it mostly because I want to be able to say like, okay, I understand. Like, because I still have, you know what? No, I was going to say I still have hope for it. I don't have hope for it. I don't think the show is going to be good. I really don't. And the fact that they have like 70 episodes, I think this is going to be a horrible mess. I think Justin and Dan are going to end up not getting along. And, you know, I think this whole process is going to really mess up the show in the long term, and it's gonna really actually.
They're already not getting along.
Yeah,
dude meant to go make his own show.
Yeah, I think it's gonna affect I think it's gonna affect the legacy of the show when people look back, because there's already such a it has a bad reputation for the types of fans that it creates, and then it's gonna have a bad reputation because I do think the writing has become subpar, and they're self-referencing already. You should not be self-referencing in what your 3rd or 4th season. Like I honestly, again, Dave, I'm not trying to like shit on it just for shit.
No.
But like,
I'm just fucking around.
You do realize like, and I'm being legit, when he relives the like when they do the whole life and then resets, and he played that video game and resets, that's a similar trope that they've done already. When he does the crystal, like I feel like those things they've done already. Like, I shouldn't see similarities between what you've done before and what you're doing within 2 seasons. That to me seems like it's unless you're a sitcom, and that's in a sitcom. I'm like, yes, it's a sitcom. You guys, you have 10 seasons. I'm expecting.
I get what you're saying, but like, I feel like if this would fall in the category, like it's the category of sitcom-ish. Like if it's a comedy, it's every week. I mean, is that not like what more do you gotta go for a sitcom?
I guess when I'm thinking
like Family Guy, for example.
Yeah, I would say Family Guy's a sitcom. I wouldn't consider Rick and Morty and Family Guy the same type of show.
No, they're not the same. They have similarities in sense of randomness.
Yeah.
But they're not the same in tone and overall. Like Family Guy actually has a point to a lot of the stories, oddly enough.
Yeah.
That's fair. I thought it was an entertaining episode.
Again,
I get it. I'm sorry that you're receiving a lot of resistance. To Rick and Morty. Yeah, it's nothing to do with you. It's more
I
about
like
Dan
niche
Harmon more than
films. Not many
anything.
people watch Venture Brothers. It's cool.
Hey, I love Venture Brothers. If we want to do a full thing where we just watch Venture Brothers again and discuss that, I'm totally down because that show is fucking awesome.
Don't mess around with my heart, bro. I'm like, what are you talking?
He's like, I'll do it tomorrow.
I swear. I'll take the week off from work.
Yeah, my God, it's already 7:40. Toby, you saw The Wrong Missy with David Spade?
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on it a little bit. I'm a huge fan of Lauren Lapkus's, like her improv and her comedy. So I was actually kind of stoked to see that she's getting like top billing for once in a movie. It's very random, actually, and honestly, perfect movie for her to really showcase her comedic timing. One thing that's been coming out of this, and I always hate comparisons, is that she's being compared. They're like, oh, she's got the same physicality as a Jim Carrey, but female. And I'm like, oh, no, guys, no. She is just Lord, like
still a high honor though. I know it sucks what you're saying.
It is.
But it's like being compared to anyone physical, it's like Dick Van Dyke or Jim Carrey. Those are the two you would want to be compared to, if anything. So
that's true.
Yeah,
and I'm sure she's taking it as high praise. I'm positive she is actually. Yeah. Based on obviously her foray into comedy and the kinds of comedy she does, I can see that being a huge praise for her. I just don't like the fact that. I hope that doesn't stick. I hope they actually see that she's such a very talented female. Period. Yeah. Like she is her own person. She is not the next Jim Carrey or the next. They compared the movie to Tommy Boy actually, which is a fair comparison.
Interesting. Okay.
Because David Spade in both movies plays the straight man to her crazy wild character. Yeah. And Chris Farley in Tommy Boy.
Man, I wasn't gonna watch this, but now that you've said she has Jim Carrey energy, I'm like, yo, I'm sold. That alone.
No, she's wild. She's legit. They let her loose.
Oh man, that actually sounds really dope.
Yeah, it was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a huge. Just laugh, guys. Okay, cool. Like in these times, just watch, just laugh. It's actually a good movie. I'm sure you'll have issues with certain points. That there's always the exaggeration. You can't believe someone is actually this crazy. Yeah. But let's kind of like suspend disbelief for a quick second and just enjoy like this kind of energy that's being put into the acting that she portrays here, and she does a really good job, man. Okay. So I just wanted to say, Wrong Missy is a good movie to go watch. It's on Netflix right now.
Dope.
It's number one right now for a reason.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that new ranking thing on Netflix is interesting. I'm wondering how much it's affected people's decisions on what they're gonna watch.
Mine not so much, because some things I'm like, why is this rank in the top 5?
Yeah. That's funny.
But I'm sure for the general, the gen pop, it helps eliminate the having to choose.
Yeah. Skinny, Luda versus Nelly. The only thing I've heard about this is Nelly needs better internet. Is everyone just making jokes? Nelly, stop using dial-up.
It's not that Nelly needed better internet. People don't understand that the states in general have garbage internet.
Yo, guys, that is a big fact. Like, there are huge parts of America, like, just think about this, but there are huge parts of America where they do not have high-speed internet. Like, that's not it just doesn't exist in those areas. So, I don't know where Nelly hangs out, but if he's trying to avoid large cities and crowds and he's in one of those smaller towns and that's where he has to have his internet, that makes sense.
And on 3G,
yeah.
So,
3G network, god damn.
The battle was what you'd expect. A lot of throwbacks to the songs that we liked when we were clubbing.
Yeah.
You realize that Luda had a lot more longevity in his catalog. And he didn't even play some songs. He didn't play Georgia. He didn't play he did Southern Hospitality, but he didn't play another one off of his DTP stuff. He did Move Bitch Get Out the Way, but that was like one of the last songs he did. He didn't do Splash Waterfalls, I don't think. But then like Luda played to the crowd. It seems like his shit was curated properly, right? Versus
Nelly playing his personal favorites.
Yeah, Nelly was playing songs himself, bro. Like, he didn't give a fuck about the people. He's like, yeah, man, I'm here for the people, whatever. I want to get into this next song. And like, it's a song that he loves that no one's ever really heard of, that he's performing his ass off in front of the crowd. Nelly was acting like he was at a concert. It was weird. At some point, like, you got Luda looking at him like, all right, like, come on.
Oh, yeah, yo, I've seen those pictures of Luda just looking like, yo, why am I here? Like, that was that the energy? Was Luda's energy like, okay?
Luda wants a redo.
Yeah, he was very good at being humble and stuff, but Luda know he got him at some points. Like I think at one point Nelly played some shit, and then, or I think almost I feel like Nelly was like faking being bad until the end because he was playing random songs, and then I think Luda played like Stand Up, and he was like, oh okay, and he threw out EI, and I'm like, okay, so now you're gonna play songs. Good.
Yo, he has a fucking good song, man.
Southern, what was
why didn't he start with his hit? He has like at least 6 hits I can think of the top of my head right now.
He hit Country Grammar like the second song.
Okay.
That's not smart.
Yeah, that should have been probably a little bit middle.
Actually, he should have started with the fish don't fry in the kitchen. What was that song?
Batter Up.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good
Start
song.
with Batter Up. Hit him with Air Force Ones. Go to Country Grammar.
Yeah.
Hit them with the Kelly song. Bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, he did the Kelly song, but he did all that late, like after Luda had already like demolished him with this, that, and whatever. And then the thing is, Luda didn't even play Fatty Girl. So if Luda played Fatty Girl, it would be over.
Luda. Okay, so here's the difference between Nelly and Luda. Nelly has one of those albums that has maybe those like 3 or 4 hits out of 16 tracks.
Yes.
Yeah.
On every album, whereas Luda.
Just hit.
Yeah, Luda's album
hit
fucking
sleepers,
ridiculous.
Underground hits, but everything is a hit. I don't remember one miss from Luda's maybe first 3 albums.
God damn.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go up against someone like that, consolidate all your number 1 hits from each album and play that.
Batter Up.
I don't need to hear your personal favorites.
When did he play Hot in Here?
Did he even play Hot in Here?
Late.
Okay.
Late.
Dude.
Near the end. He played Hot in Here like his last song.
You gotta put the pressure on. That's the whole point of these things.
Luda didn't play the number 1 spot, which he could have.
Why would he? Look at what, if I was in the competition going against that, I'd just be like, anything I play now will win. So I'm just gonna go with my personal favorites, which also happen to be hits. You know what I mean?
Disrespect, man. It was crazy.
Wow.
Show.
Even if he played, what's that song? Cut Up. You know, oh my God.
Yeah, the one with Jagged Edge. Exactly.
Oh.
He played it. Like Luda didn't even have to play that.
Oh, Luda's got bangers.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
There's plenty of them.
Who agreed to this?
I was gonna say, who decides who's going up in the battle? Because I don't feel like Luda versus Nelly was a fair one. I'm not trying to disrespect Nelly, but Nelly, again,
Yeah, you should.
it comes
I
down
think
to
that's exactly what you just said. Sorry to cut you off there.
No.
Exactly what you just said is why it went down. Because nobody wanted to disrespect Nelly.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Like, you have to kind of look into. I think you have to find this clip. Brian and Dave, I recommend you find these clips of this battle. But at some point, Nelly plays a song, and everybody's like, "Oh no, that's not it." And then Luda plays "Lovers and Friends," and people are just like, "Game, set, match." Done. They're like, "All right, that's it."
Man.
Way to ruin your way to.
Did he by chance throw in Blueberry Yum Yum?
Oh my gosh!
I'm curious.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it'd be so dope. That's like one of the sleeper songs I always liked off of that. What was that? No, that was his 4th.
Yeah.
Who, Luda?
Luda.
Yeah.
He didn't play Blueberry. No, he didn't. He played The Potion. He played.
Man, my gosh, I forgot about that.
Wow, man! Like,
wow.
God damn.
Hey, shorty, what it is? What up? Oh, yo, that song is fire. Yo, I'm going back on Spotify after we're done this, and I'm just gonna download a bunch of Luda.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Luda got him, right? Because every hit that Luda would play, he would let the comments just fill up with likes and love and hearts and fires. And he's not rapping. He's not saying shit.
Let your work do all the talking for you.
The first verse of each song, and he is pausing it, and that's it. I think the only song he went full song was he strategically edited 1 Minute Man to jump right to his verse.
Of course.
1 Minute Man.
Yeah, that's sick.
He played the entire Sierra O. That's the only song he played the entirety of. And then he played the first and second verse of Move Bitch. So he honored Mystical.
Okay.
But that's all.
Did he play?
You know what?
Did he play Diamond in the Back?
Thinking about it now, maybe what's that?
No, he didn't play that.
Jesus, that's my favorite. In Diamond in the Back. I got a diamond in the back.
Oh yeah. Yo, wow. If anything,
that's fine.
This was like watching someone's stock completely plummet and watching another completely rise.
No.
Yes, you just.
Wow, no. When you play poker, then like one person just loses all their chips and the other one just fills up.
Oh man. That's rough.
That's insane.
That's
Luda
rough.
was smart for accepting this. He must have known.
Also, Nelly would play the whole damn song.
Oh,
He had no choice.
And you're playing the whole song and you're performing to the camera like people care. It's weird.
He had no choice. He started capping for his own shit. He had to go down with that.
He's like
shit.
doing
He
the
had to
thing
go
where
down
like
with that
he's like, come on, raise your hands, You know when you like do that, but the audience is not raising their hands, and you're just like, it's like you're watching them, and you're like, stop, man, just stop waving your hands. They're not joining in.
You know what's funny is I saw Instagram Live with Kevin Hart and Luda just before this whole thing went down, and they were talking about like comedians versus, and then Kevin's like, oh, I see you're doing I know you're doing a battle of versus too, and then Luda's like, this will be interesting for you, Kevin. And Kevin's like, why? He's like, because you're friends with both of us. So when he said that low key, I was like, yo, he means I'm gonna win this, and I'm gonna have to sit there and watch you go, you know, Nelly was good too, though. You know, I'm gonna have to sit there and watch you defend, knowing that I just destroyed a friend of yours.
God damn.
Because it's true. It's straight up true.
Just don't let me perform 3 minutes of my song if it's not hitting right, okay? Like, don't let me do that in front of people with my bad internet.
Yo, just play the intro to the first time. The royal penis is clean, Your Majesty. Thank you, King.
I don't understand
that song.
Why did he play the full tracks if he was having internet issues? That's one of the things I understand even less.
We don't know they're having internet issues.
I thought people were saying it pretty quick. Dude, because the only things I saw were just like immediately people complaining about Nelly being on dial-up. That was the first memes I saw.
But he's not reading the comments, and I don't think he has anyone there to tell him also that it's not working properly.
Man. It's also the number one rule of doing a versus. If you're doing a versus as you want to win, and this is guaranteed, everybody who's won versus were the motherfuckers that hosted the shit. If you want proper sound, you host, let the other person into your live. If you're going into their live, your quality is going to be dwindled. Your connection will be dwindled because you're hopping onto their connection, and also you're going to be fucked.
There's a better way to do this then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's got to be a better platform to do those verses.
They should be doing them on Twitch, but they can't get everyone to switch over. Because Twitch would be perfect for this. Twitch would be perfect for this.
So it's almost like a setup because Rizzo is feeding off of Premiere One. Luda, Nelly, Luda one.
Yeah.
What was the other one that I did?
Babyface and what's his face?
Oh, Teddy Riley.
And, Teddy Riley. Babyface was hosting.
Everyone said the Atlanta guys are always winning too. Like, oh, Budden and them were saying like, yo, they're setting this up every time someone from Atlanta goes up, they win.
I mean,
I mean, they had a lot of hits.
Yeah.
Atlanta had its phase in the early 2000s, man.
Yo, I'm looking at, dude, I just looked at Nelly's singles, like number ones, and then not number ones, but singles, and then I looked at Luda's singles, and I'm like, yeah, Nelly, I'm sorry, why did you think, like, dude, what's your fantasy? Southern Hospitality, Fatty Girl, Area Codes, Rollout, Saturday, Welcome to Atlanta. Dude, like,
Area Codes?
He didn't play Area Codes,
dude,
right?
Did he play Area Codes?
No.
He did Area Codes, and then even after that, he did shout out to Carrie Hilson.
Oh, wait, he did do Area Codes.
He did do Area Codes, but then he did something all over the world too.
Oh my god.
What about? Because that came out later.
Oh my god.
Luda killed it.
This just made me remember how much of Luda's music I'm forgetting myself.
Yeah.
That's why I'm gonna go on Spotify.
Yo, dude, I'm serious. That's the thing about verses, right? The week, Erica and Jill, the week after, they were what? The top 5, top 6 in like R&B. Like it was just them back and forth for the R&B, iTunes most played and Spotify most played and stuff, because people watch the verses and then they're just like, oh, yo, I forgot about that track. And everyone goes on and starts listening to the verses playlist and starts looking up these artists. Jill and Erica were selling merch like crazy. They were promoting merch.
It's because people hear. It's really good for me, I think, for the state of music, for people to realize the difference in quality of content. From music when we grew up and what we're listening to now. There is absolutely zero substance. Even Drake, I'm sorry, zero substance.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sonically, I can appreciate the sound and everything because of how much I'm into music. But the actual content and what it does for me, I can't go to bat for it.
Yeah.
That's who should go up against Jay-Z. Fucking Drake.
Oh my God.
That would be the
But
person.
But
Yo.
like that one comes down to generations. That doesn't come
That's
down.
the thing. This is a generational battle.
Yeah, that's just a generation. But then the youngins are the ones on IG. Like our generation is not going to be watching Jay-Z. Like we might
Yeah,
show
but
up.
you'd be surprised how many people want Drake to lose. So they'll go on.
You'll also be surprised how many old people are also really championing Drake too. So it'd be kind
Oh,
of
that would be interesting. But I don't think Jay would do it out of ego.
I feel like,
Drake would be
yo,
for sure.
God, let's be honest though. At the end of the day, there's no one going up against Jay. Who?
No one would. No one
No
would.
one
want
would
to.
win.
No one would win. No one like
Jay's
every
got hits. Jay.
But even if you let's say you limit Jay to you're not allowed to play anything that was in the top 10. Even if you
I was
limit
gonna
him.
say, can I even just limit Jay to one album?
Ooh,
Yeah.
fuck. Okay.
Black album.
Black Album will kill him.
He's still gonna kill with the album. That's the point. Like, any of his albums, Sean Carter 3. What's the
Yeah.
Carter?
Yeah,
not Sean
not
Carter.
the Dynasty? No, the one before
Yeah.
Dynasty.
If you gave Jay-Z, you gave Jay-Z
Blueprint.
Blueprint.
Yeah, there's Blueprint 1, Blueprint 2, but what's the one with the gray cover that I'm
Fucking
thinking?
Life and Times Volume 3. F.
Oh,
Carter.
that's it. Okay, yeah.
If you gave Jay-Z only Reasonable Doubt,
Yeah.
Hard Knock Life,
Yeah.
so Volume 2, Volume 3, and freaking Rock La Familia, The Dynasty.
Yeah.
So give
Oh
him
my God.
those 4 and it's over. though.
Also, no features allowed, and he still wins.
Oh.
Dude, because
Actually, Drake could hold his own too.
if you strip him of his features and he doesn't have Beyonce like crazy, if he doesn't play
Well,
any
okay,
of those
hold on.
tracks,
Features were saying he's singing his own hooks because the hooks maybe is fine,
okay.
but not an actual feature verse.
If you want Jay-Z to just do songs,
Oh,
You see what I'm saying? Because you kind of have to allow the hooks to be either a sample of something or
Okay.
someone
Okay.
vocally singing it. Right?
that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. That's
so
fair.
Jay-Z features, that's all Reasonable Doubt.
Holy shit! But yo, I straight up wouldn't mind seeing
I
that
mean,
battle. I'm not gonna lie.
Jay-
I like a lot of Drake shit, even though I
Yeah.
just said like his shit has no substance. I actually do like a lot of the stuff he's put out. So I think this is a big
Because we've
big,
already
big one.
seen Jay versus Nas indirectly.
I don't know. Nobody wants to see that.
Oh, yo, quick question: who you putting up against Busta? Because Busta's one of my favorite of all time.
God, DMX.
Oh,
DMX or-
Ooh. DMX.
no.
That would be an interesting one though.
Yeah, but see,
Busta
here's
lasted
the thing
longer,
about
though.
DMX. DMX had hits, but DMX also has the love of the people,
Yeah.
and I think he'd win just off the strength of that.
Right.
It's kind of like I want it to be just about the music.
The music, yeah.
It's also why, yeah. So Busta,
I saw someone say that Busta would lose to Snoop Dogg
Yes.
or something.
Okay,
What?
I would want Busta to go against Snoop, even though I know he would lose against Snoop. But that's who I think he's
But
at
he
the
wouldn't.
level.
He wouldn't lose.
You think
against
he'd beat Snoop?
You know why?
Hit us.
You're not thinking about. Okay, everybody would be like, "Oh, Snoop would win after Ain't Nothing But a G Thing or whatever." People forget about Pastor Courvoisier.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I'm a Busta fan. I know Busta has the fucking tracks.
Okay, all right,
But
okay,
I just don't think the people again because this whole thing comes down to popularity.
Yeah.
right?
Are
But
the
the
people?
that's why I want to remove that as much as I can.
Yeah.
and kind of make the verses. So Lenny, I was gonna say Lenny, but Nelly versus Luda
Yeah.
was actually technically fair
Yeah,
because they're not like
Okay.
you know what I mean? They
Fast
kind of
and
have the
Furious.
same level almost.
Fast
yeah.
and Furious Luda though. I mean, you
no
got
one
some.
thought about Luda like that until they remembered after Saturday, which is the
Yeah,
same thing
man.
that happened for Busta.
Same.
Mm,
So it's got to be someone of equal infamy,
yeah.
but not famous.
Yeah.
Right? Because Busta puts down "Make It Clap," and people are gonna be
Yeah.
like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Oh, no.
shit, man.
Yeah.
Who do you think then for Busta? Not Snoop. Snoop will win again off the strength of the people.
Busta
Method
Rhymes,
Man.
Interesting.
maybe
No.
Red even hit it more than a Method, to be honest.
Yeah, they're like in this weird. So they also have to be in the same sphere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who are
Busta
you
and
putting up
Snoop.
against Busta?
Wow.
Yeah. Not much.
Damn.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yo, I'm like
What's
trying to
the
think of
word?
all the rappers. Man,
It's tough to put together.
Like who? You couldn't really.
And
because Busta is also unique, right? In a sense.
Yeah,
Oh,
and he has
Master P.
who?
Master P.
Oh, Busta wins.
Master P.
Master P. Yeah, like he has the catalog, but Busta would win.
Yeah.
Busta wins because nobody knows Master P tracks now, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We do, but he's not gonna be. It's not gonna be that. Oh man, I don't know. Sorry, Busta's gonna have to go in that I'm not sure corner for now.
There you go.
Shit. I'm really trying to.
So the winner by default corner.
People are trying to set up Snoop Dogg versus Eminem, but I don't want a race war.
No,
Yeah.
it's not even that. Snoop Dogg can't hold a candle to Eminem's popularity.
Yeah, I'm
now.
sorry. Yeah.
Exactly.
And just like how much more of hits he has than Snoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
I don't
wanna
know.
hear
I don't know who
beef
you
right
put
now.
up against Eminem though. That's the other thing.
No one.
No one.
You don't go up against Eminem. Same
You
way you don't go up against.
But then you don't go up against Jay-Z though. I'm sorry.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
also
okay,
why
okay.
I said it would be a fun thing to see, but I don't think Jay thinks Drake is anywhere near his level.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't want to sully his. You know how Jay talks and speaks. Like I know him.
I was gonna say Busta versus Missy, but I'm sorry, Missy wins that.
Missy would
I-
kill him.
Yeah,
but it would still. Actually, you know what? Why not?
But
That I would want to see.
Busta
Yeah.
versus Missy Misdemeanor Elliott, dope. But at the end of the day, Missy. I'm sorry.
They are. But
Missy
they are
Elliott kills it.
similar.
It would
Yeah,
help.
they're similar. Sorry, Skinny.
Their wackiness and their
Yes.
similar. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that could work.
That's not bad.
That's what. Yeah, I'm thinking that energy. I see their energy being on par, but I definitely don't think. Sorry, Busta. I love you. You're one of my favorite rappers, possibly my favorite rapper. But I don't see you beating Missy. I don't see him beating Missy.
What about Lil Wayne?
Oh shit.
See, that's who they were talking about with M.
Oh, what? I'm sorry. I mean, Lil Wayne's dope, but are you once again at the end of the day?
What do we have guidelines for?
Yeah,
this
exactly.
verse?
What's the guideline for the verses? Like, who's going up against who, and what are the criteria for victory?
Yeah.
Because if
yeah.
it's just
we're just thinking about catalog, so like Lil Wayne would be able to use his mixtape shit all day, which is weird.
So would M.
yeah, his mixtape shit's not as popular, but I mean, it's still some of those rhymes. Also, which version of the songs are you gonna release? Because he had to redo some of his songs.
Yo, but you know what, man? I hate to say it, but there was a point where Lil Wayne was a lyricism. Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne had his moment.
Oh yeah.
So I actually think, yeah, man. Carter 1, 2, yo. Carter, go listen. Go on Spotify. Whoever's listening, you haven't heard it in a while, and just go listen to Carter 2 again.
Listen to The Mob, the first track on that album.
Just listen to the whole thing. Don't skip.
The whole thing, yeah.
Don't skip a track.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne,
Oh, man.
something happened in that period.
I'll go real quick because we missed a whole bunch of Lee J's comments. Lee J was saying Snoop wants to go up against Jay-Z. I have heard that. Lee J was
crazy.
saying Redman versus Busta. I feel like Busta kills Redman though.
Easy.
Yeah. I think that's dope. I like
You're muted, Skinny. Sorry.
I see that energy again, like that kind of wild energy that you bring, the whole like flamboyant, like hand reach out rap style, like Missy,
Right.
Busta, Redman, they all do this.
But Rockwater is not allowed for doing no features.
That's not a feature though. I think he gets to play that. I
I guess it's not a feature in the sense of the meaning of the word.
Yeah.
But it does feature two artists on the same track.
It's not a feature in the meaning of the word feature, but it does feature two of the females.
Oh,
man.
What else did he say over there?
That's such a loophole approach. Like, I did not have sexual relations with this woman. Oh,
Yo,
she
dude,
gave you head, but that's
my job is to look at every detail and everything. So
that's funny. I know the last thing he wrote was Redman versus Busta, which
Oh,
I
okay.
mean that's fair.
yeah, I'm sure it wouldn't be it'd be fun, but
Yeah.
I genuinely want to see a
he
battle
didn't
where
mute.
I'm like, I don't know who's gonna win, and it's obviously
Yeah.
off the strength of what you play as an artist
True,
too, right?
That's the other thing. Like Busta better be smart about the order that he brings his tracks to the table in, because like
Yeah.
if he messes up and starts playing like all the hottest stuff at the beginning, and giving Missy just Missy's like playing these like sleeper kind of tracks. She's just like, oh, this is me in Tweet. Oh, this is me in Genuine, and then at the end she just starts killing him with the hottest tracks that she's ever released. 1 minute
Yo,
man, this like.
I don't like though that versus is being reserved right now. As far as I don't know if there are any other types of verses going on, but we should have more in different genres of music.
True. I was thinking
I want
that
to
too.
see the '90s punk kids come out of the nowhere and play their singles.
That'd be wild.
I listened to all that shit when I was younger. I listened to everything.
Yeah.
So I would love to see 3 Days Grace come out of nowhere and go, here are my hits versus, I don't know, who am I going to put up against 3 Days Grace right now?
Interesting.
That was the worst, like, you pinned yourself.
I quartered myself there.
System of a Down versus
Metallica.
System of a Down versus Evanescence.
There you go.
Is that a close one?
Wait, who?
System of a Down versus Evanescence.
System would kill them. What are you talking about?
Yo, you know what?
I don't know anything. I don't remember
System
anything by
versus
Evanescence.
System versus Korn.
I thought you just said
That's
Korn
the
versus
best.
Metallica.
Yeah,
Well,
I
he's
think
saying
both
either
are
or.
good, but I'm saying
Oh,
like
okay.
if you're talking about System, you have to go like System versus Disturbed or versus Avenged Sevenfold or something like that.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, Evanescence.
They were
never
too soft,
really,
right?
They had a couple songs, but I was
Their catalog
really annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really annoyed that they won Best New Artist over 50 that year.
Yeah.
You remember that
Yeah.
at the Grammys?
Racist.
That was
Racism.
A dope Canadian one would be Alexis on Fire versus Billy Talent. That would be
Yeah,
like,
but
Yeah.
Billy would kill them. Billy would kill them.
Yo,
they would, but like
maybe we need to
that?
do the Canadian verses. We need to start reaching out and being like, hey man,
I mean,
let's start
that's what
calling
I'm saying.
people.
All genres of music.
Yeah,
that
you're right.
Just even I want to see like artist versus artist. Which
Yeah.
one of us can draw this thing in the next hour? You know what I mean? Something.
Oh, they do that at Comic-Con. That was always dope. The speed art thing, those were pretty cool. Yo, that's true. They should do
be
more
using
versus.
social media for more constructive things like that.
we need to start tweeting out to Timbo and Swiss and be
Yeah,
like,
but if it gets too saturated, then it's just gonna meh.
But that's the thing.
No, not really. It's something for everybody.
You're getting 1.9 million impressions off of Erica and Jill, but how many? And shout out to my Caucasian friends, but how many of y'all were in those impressions? Let's be honest. That one was for the culture, and I don't know if all y'all were showing up to the cookout. No offense,
I don't mind sharing the idea. I don't mean necessarily doing the different verses.
Yeah.
But for right now, I'm gonna be like that guy, and I'll be like, nah, let us have this. Y'all get on the next quarantine. Go ahead.
I see. The
Let us
next
have
one.
it.
Next quarantine.
No, because this further, no. I'm gonna do this, and people are gonna hate me. This further proves that black people be reinventing shit all the time.
Yeah, true.
Facts.
Right?
Facts. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, not all the time.
Not all the time,
but I see your point.
Yeah,
you're trying to
versus-
make,
yeah,
in
okay,
that certain
that's fair.
things are started by POCs.
Yeah.
I actually don't even know why I just said it that way.
No,
That's fair.
The
No, it's
certain
fair.
things are started by black people
You
or
speak
Indian
better than
people or someone of a different race, and it's somehow a white person does it, and it becomes a popular thing and attributed to them.
Oh, dude.
I get that, and I wish those people spoke out and say, "Hey, this is where I got my inspiration
Yeah.
from," because then there wouldn't be a problem.
It's been a big thing on TikTok. Like a lot of those dances come from like young black kids and stuff,
For
and then
sure.
they blow up because somebody else gets it, and then
Right.
and then at one point,
And then the person who invents it loses the
Yeah.
actual, which is what was crazy about Drake making that Tootsie Slide song,
yeah,
because there's a kid on TikTok and Instagram called Tootsie
oh,
who invented a bunch of these dances, and look up Tootsie. I'm probably dropping knowledge on people right now.
Yeah, I definitely didn't know that.
But go look up Tootsie on Instagram, TOOSIE. Same thing.
Yeah.
He's been promoting the song since the day it came out because him and Drake worked on it together.
Ah, dope. Okay, that's cool. I like that.
So I
like
think
that.
he's getting a cut from the proceeds of the song because, hey, here's a black kid who invented something and getting credit for it.
Yeah.
I'm just
yeah.
gonna put your name at the title of a song and make you $1 million. Fuck you.
Boom, done. So yeah, that's where the whole idea came from.
Ooh, yo,
Oh.
Lee J just hit us with Bounty Killer versus Beanie Man.
Oh, we're talking.
Jesus.
Okay. See,
Dude, I don't even
okay,
want that.
yeah.
I don't want that heat because I don't want to know. I don't want to see what happens in the West Indies when these two start. Yeah, just seeing tire fires from the distance. It's gonna get
it'll be a
fucking
national
wild.
holiday, I think.
Yo, it would be so crazy. Elephant Man versus Sean Paul. That's the other one. That would.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. They're like along the
yeah.
mainstream.
Sean Paul still wins though.
Yeah. Hits wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, not hits wise, but more popular.
Yeah,
hits.
that's fair. That's fair. I got one more. Because we got to wrap it up soon, unfortunately, folks.
Yeah.
Actually,
we still have the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, my last one, Snowpiercer, first episode, kind of cool. Check it out. Nothing like the movie. We'll see how it goes. Let's get into Geek News and Rumors, folks.
Brian? Where is it in the movie?
It's not. It's like a completely different thing. It's different story.
Really?
Yeah. It doesn't feel like anything like in the movie. It's not connected to the movie. The characters are different.
Snowpiercer presents Snowpiercer. Is that what
yeah?
this
Like
is?
I watched the pilot episode and also the twist at the end wasn't a twist. I know some people thought it was a twist, and I won't say what it is, but I saw it and I was just like, this isn't a twist. You guys didn't figure that out from the trailers. Like, anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now I gotta look up that twist.
do you want me to tell it to you? Do you want me to tell the people?
Say it.
Okay, spoiler alert. For those of you who have not watched Snowpiercer, TNT Snowpiercer, Jennifer Connelly's character is Mr. Will whatever, that the main guy who owns the train and runs the train. When you're watching it, there's Mr. I gotta look up his name. I always forget. But Jennifer Connelly is the guy. She pretends to be the head of hospitality, but then at the end of the episode, you find out that she's actually Mr. Wilford, or I gotta look up his name.
He's the man.
Yeah, she's the man.
She's the man.
Is that the name of a movie?
Sorry?
Is that the name of a movie? Amanda Bynes? She's the man?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
And that's the thing, though. Like, when I watched the trailer, and because here's the thing, if you're gonna cast celebrities in these roles, you gotta cast someone bigger than somebody else if they're gonna play the big boss. At least in my opinion, because like Jennifer Connelly playing Melanie Cavill, the head of hospitality, I'm just like, cool. Whoever you cast to play Mr. Wilford or the big boss is gonna be bigger than her. So when I realized that no one else in the cast was bigger than her, I'm like, and that was from the trailer. I was just like, okay, unless you guys are hiding who this is, it's because it's the same character that Ed Harris played in Snowpiercer, the first version. And
I see.
Yeah,
okay.
And I was just like, if you guys aren't gonna have cast someone else in this role, I'm gonna just assume that there's some weird spin that's gonna come. And then of exactly what I thought happened at the end, you see her, she goes, and Wilford. Yeah, okay, so it is Mr. Wilford. Yeah, she goes and picks up the food for Mr. Wilford from the girl that works in the sushi shop in the train. This train is also crazy. There's like 2 levels. Anyways, and she goes into her quarters, or to Mr. Wilford's quarters, goes in at the head of the train, unboxes the sushi and starts eating it, even though you knew it was for him. And that was supposed to be like, oh, yeah, get it. And then the guy calls her, the guy that runs the train in the day when she's off doing her other stuff, goes, well, thanks, boss, and like, bye, Mr. Wilford. And you're like, ooh, spin. And I'm like thinking like, what spin? I saw that.
Is her character in this similar to the character she played in Alita Battle Angel? Remember, like, the look and feel of that character? Do you remember her in that?
I actually didn't watch that movie. It's one of the few times I started watching a movie and I didn't like it, so I stopped.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Oh damn! I kind of like Alita, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, you Jawz D.
enjoyed it. Good.
Yeah, Dave. There's a lot of people who've told me it's good. I just couldn't. I don't know why, but I watched the first.
I think the. Okay, yeah, sorry. Tell me why, and then I'll tell you maybe why.
I was watching it, and then I saw the direction. Waltz was, because it's Christopher Waltz playing the dad, right?
Yes.
It felt like a Pinocchio story.
Yeah.
With an overprotective Geppetto.
Kind of.
Yeah, and I just wasn't. I don't know. I just didn't find that interesting.
But that part of it is like such a small piece of the movie.
Yeah,
but
that part of it goes. It goes away so quickly.
Exactly, but that's it. Every time, like and I guess it's also circumstance, right? Because I started watching the movie one day while working out at the gym. So I'm on the treadmill. I'm watching the movie. I'm like doing 20-25 minutes on the machine, the Stairmaster, not the treadmill. And after the 25 minutes of watching the movie, I'm just like, I'm about to switch to another machine, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I didn't enjoy this. Like, it didn't. Because usually, if I'm watching something, it just
would even make the workout more entertaining.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm working out and it distracts me enough to the point that I don't feel the pain of what I'm doing, and then I know it's just like, oh, I'm not into this. Like I've watched,
That's so funny.
yeah, I've watched shows and I'm like, I do my workout, and when it gets to the end of the show, I'm just like, oh, I'm done, and I've done like 25 minutes on the stairs, and I've done
I see
like,
what you're saying. Distracting and yeah.
Exactly. But this one I just couldn't. But by the time I got to the 25-minute mark, like no, actually by the time I got to the 50-minute mark, I'm like on the stairs and I'm like, this is hard, and I'm like realizing like, yo, this movie has not distracted me once. I don't give a crap about this movie. I'm so tired of this. So.
It is a little slow in that sense to getting to the actual meat of the movie.
Yeah.
But once you get past that, and I totally understand how you feel about that. Like I've had many shows or movies where I can't get past for some reason. Maybe it's circumstance, maybe it's something other outside of myself that I just can't get past a certain point.
Yeah.
Same reason why I never got past episode 1 of Westworld.
Yeah.
I've watched it 3 times, and all 3 times I'm like, what did I just watch? And do I want to continue this?
Yeah.
Like. It just makes no sense to me, so I get it.
That's right.
Well, I'm not gonna force you to watch it, but I'd say it's still worth it.
I'll try. Maybe I'll try it again another day because people keep telling me because a lot of people.
You're eventually gonna need some content.
Yeah.
True.
Guys,
did we hit the Geek News?
No.
Geek News and Rumors. Oh yeah, don't forget you got to make the intro for the View the Right Thing. The jingle that we say.
You know what? If we don't make a note of things, we don't do it.
I know we always forget. Joe Rogan is getting the bag, folks. If you guys haven't heard, Joe Rogan is actually. You know what? I think we can play the clip. I think I'll just play the clip for once because I never do this, but we have it. I think. Come on, Ali. This stupid computer is taking the much slow times. But yeah, Joe Rogan is getting the bag, folks, for his podcast. And some people are annoyed about that. 100 million, you said you saw, Tobi, right?
Hello, everybody.
Oh, here we go.
That's right.
An announcement. The podcast is moving to Spotify. I signed a multi-year licensing agreement with Spotify that will start on September 1st. Starting on September 1st, the entire JRE library will be available on Spotify as well as all the other platforms. Then somewhere around the end of the year, it will become exclusive to Spotify, including the video version of the podcast. It will be the exact same show. I am not going to be an employee of Spotify. We're going to be working with the same crew, doing the exact same show. The only difference will be it will now be available on the largest audio platform in the world. Nothing else will change. It will be free. It will be free to you. You just have to go to Spotify to get it. We're very excited to begin this new chapter of the JRE, and I hope you're there when we cross over.
So just based off of that and hearing that, I can literally hear each one of his teeth turn to diamond and gold, and I can hear the chains clanging off his neck.
Oh my god!
Dude is set to make Howard Stern money with this.
Yeah,
this is groundbreaking.
Yeah, the fact that Joe Rogan goes from being the dude from news radio. That if I looked at that cast and you asked me who's going to be the most successful person in this cast, I would have said Phil Hartman. And if you told me who's the one that might be unfortunate, I don't mean this is a bad joke, but who's the one that would end up dead because of some crazy situation, Joe Rogan and his crazy ass back in the day was the one I would have thought like you might end up in a bad situation, sir. And that's based on his own stories. I'm not trying to paint a weird picture. I'm just saying this dude talks about his life and you're just like, okay, you were into some crazy shit back in the day. And if you fast forward 20 years and now it's just like Phil Hartman has passed on in an unfortunate story and Joe Rogan is getting $100 million because he is not the grandfather, but one of the elders of podcasting.
Definitely. Like he credits Tom Green. With getting him into it. Remember, Tom Green was like early doing this before anyone.
Yeah.
And he said after being on Tom Green's show way back when, he kind of like, hey, I could do, and he started setting up in his own house and talking to his friends. It was him and Duncan Trussell and I forget his closest buddy.
Yeah.
Brian Redband.
Yeah, Redband. Yeah.
Yeah, those two, them doing it in Joe's house or wherever it is it was filmed before. So he's come a long way. And I think if you listen to his friends' stories about how they met Joe and how he was before versus now, I think what helped him, because he was always apparently high-strung, always angry, always, just on edge.
Yeah.
And Joey Diaz said, the day I gave Joe his first joint was the day things changed.
That's
he
awesome.
Calmed down, slowed down, was able to kind of like take things in. And I think he also, and I'm not saying anyone listening that this is why he is successful. I'm just saying it probably put things into perspective.
Yeah.
It was the thing he needed to put things into perspective. Like, hey, kind of just slow down and have conversations.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, let me just relax and talk to my friends. Talk with my friends. Yeah. I mean, kudos to him. I know that some people are really upset about the idea of even the video being exclusively on Spotify. I've never watched video on Spotify, so I don't know what that's going to be like.
I don't know what that's going to be like. Like, I only got into Joe Rogan's podcast from the little clips I would see pop up on YouTube. So
it's not bad, man. Video quality on Spotify is not bad.
I'm just not listening 3 hours of that every day.
Have you watched videos on Spotify?
I have.
Okay.
A certain artists have released like music videos with their songs, or like video clips with their songs that plays on a loop while the song is playing.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
It's that kind of quality. It won't be bad. It won't be. I don't know.
Because I know when I was on Tidal, because I had that month free with Tidal. Tidal has like a solid video library for the content. And that was well done, well curated. I mean, when Jay-Z dropped that album 444 and did the whole like video for every track, that was good. So
yeah, 100%. And I think Joe, I'm sure he's smart. Obviously, look what he's accomplished.
Yeah.
And he more than likely has made sure, which Jamie, who is his super tech geeky dude, more than likely made sure the tech is there to actually make it a seamless and easy transition.
He live streams on YouTube, right?
He live streams on YouTube, so I had that question.
Yeah, you were saying.
I don't know if they're gonna start. I think their live streaming will still happen on another platform. If it's not YouTube, it'll be Twitch, whatever else.
Okay.
But once it's on there, unless you rip it, it's gone.
Yeah.
Until they decide to put it out later in that year or whenever they decide to put it out.
I think there's gonna be a lot of pirating early on from the Spotify. Sure. I think.
Sure.
I mean, same thing with Sirius XM and Howard. I know my buddies, a whole bunch of my buddies watch Howard on YouTube only, and and I'm like, but how is he on? They're just like, oh, someone always rips it and posts it. I'm like, God damn. Okay, so.
Yeah. Nothing's safe.
Yeah, true. Ruby Rose leaves Batwoman role and the role is to be recast in season 2.
Excuse me.
They fired her for sure.
I thought
apparently okay, so
the paralysis thing.
No,
that's not what you heard.
It was that she wasn't happy. Period.
Yeah, shocking.
She didn't like. She wasn't getting used to living in Vancouver. There's a bunch of things that people were apparently aware of, and then with the direction the show's going in, and I'm sure there were the whole accident on set.
Yeah,
it was kind of like a mutual decision. Like, okay, you know what, we'll let you out of your contract. There's no point having someone who's unhappy in a role that
you're not going to get good acting out of it.
Exactly. Yeah. So maybe that played into how she maybe that played into how she came across in the role.
Hey man,
you know what I mean?
It's season 2. Sorry,
Brian. Oh, we both just said sorry to the other person.
Oh yeah, sorry. Because I didn't hear what Skinny said at all.
Freaking Canadians. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Brian. You go first.
I was just saying, like, I mean, it's kind of a crazy thing to leave a show like that, but I definitely agree that maybe the potential for season 2, with someone who's really eager. I mean, the next bit of news is Stephanie Beatriz Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine tweeted that she's interested in taking over the role. Does she look the part?
Not necessarily. With that.
She doesn't look the role, but is she a good actress? And could she do it?
No, I think she could.
I'm not gonna lie, I could see it. I'm not gonna lie.
She could easily do it. I just don't want her to leave Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I mean, that show's gonna end soon.
Diaz leaving won't end the show.
No,
it wouldn't end the show, but I really like her as a character on the show. She's on the shining
also.
star.
But look at what she's been reduced to in the past couple seasons, though.
Yeah,
she's had the most attention for character development.
Oh, yes. Actually, no, you're right. Last season she did. You're right.
They've evolved her character a lot.
Parents, LGB. What more do you need?
It's
to have a kid? I mean, what the hell?
No, but I think part of
maybe her story's done.
Exactly.
Right?
I was just gonna say, if anything, if you've gotten all the things out of a character, I mean, obviously there is more to tell for the character. Don't get me wrong. You can always find more story to tell. There's a whole life to be led. These TV shows are a glimpse into just moments in these people's lives that they're writing. There's so much more. But if you've already like Chelsea Peretti left the show and they were able to survive, and her character has gone on and done X in the universe. Rosa could go on and the universe continues without her, and it would suck. Don't get me wrong, but if she really wants to be the lead of her own show, I mean, come on, that's a great opportunity.
I actually see
It
working.
is a great
I actually
option.
heard in a row.
But the thing is, for me, it's just like the concept of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. To be honest, I don't feel any one person of the show makes the show. I feel it's like
It's the
one
cast.
of those weird. It's like it's the fact that the cast is together,
Yeah.
and it's how they mesh together that makes the show good. So if you keep taking out characters, like they've tried to inject other characters, and people have not liked them. Like what was that with the crazy guy? Even though I think he's hilarious, but
No way people didn't like
Pimento?
Jason Mantzoukas. Yeah.
Pimento, I like
Dude, that
Pimento,
character's
and then like,
amazing.
you took him out. Fine, that's like
I don't know.
They didn't
some
take him
people-
out. He comes back once in a
Yeah,
while.
I think that has more to do with Mantzoukas doing so much that he probably doesn't want to stay. I think that's more.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to be a regular. on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah. I would say that's more him just be like that. Also, dude, that character as a regular would not be good. He's
Yeah.
insane.
no, it would.
He's
like,
insane.
yeah. You can't have something that crazy. You already have Jake being slightly crazy, and then
Actually, didn't he come back this season and it was the most insane episode?
Yes!
They ended up on a ledge outside of a
he
building.
didn't have his memories. Like, dude, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Craig-
Pimento's memento.
Yeah. Craig Robinson's character too would be a good character. You could maybe work.
Doug Judy.
Yeah, if you got him to be like, an informant who's working with them more, like maybe you could do something. But I mean, yeah, I agree with you that it would suck if she left. But again, if she
No, if she wanted to, it'd be great.
yeah, man,
Yeah, I see her. She could kill that
Yeah,
role.
she
She's
could.
dark. She plays dark
yeah.
well enough.
And that voice that she does with Rosa already, she just has to keep. Because man, have you ever heard her in an interview where she does her regular voice?
Yeah, she's all bright and shiny.
Oh my god, she sounds like
Really?
almost like
Yeah.
a valley girl. She's like so
Seriously?
bubbly
I
and
gotta
really
see this.
nice, and has like such a like kind voice, and it's like, oh my god,
Rosa's an act. Like
Yeah.
that's dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rose,
She's
that
good.
voice, her voice, and Hugh Laurie's limp are like two of the most impressive things I've ever seen in acting.
That's so true.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Laurie's
when you
limp.
find out,
That's
like,
so true.
when I found out that Hugh Laurie's limp was just like he was explaining once that it's so programmed in him that sometimes when he was acting after the show and someone would say action, his leg would go dead because he was so used to doing it for the show. I was like, good God, man. Anyways,
That's so funny.
yeah.
I could see that though.
And then what was the Swamp Thing was the only other bit of news that I said that I was like, oh, we forgot to write that but we actually naturally brought it up during the show. So
Yeah, it came up, which is dope. I'm glad. I would love an overhaul of the CW. CW was honestly when this whole Arrow and Flash thing first. Remember the feeling when it first happened? You're like, oh my god, this was the beginning, right? We're like, I can't believe we're gonna see the Flash.
I know
on TV again.
Yeah.
And then Green Arrow was a surprise as to how good the first two
Yeah.
seasons were.
Because he was a questionable hero. Like the difference between Green Arrow and Batman, I know a lot of people compare Green Arrow to what Batman was doing, and they definitely did steal a lot from Batman's lore. But Green Arrow was killing people, and Batman would never kill anyone. And that was one of the things that I was just like, I'm down with this. I like what you're doing in this storytelling because it's just that you've made this hero someone that questionable morals, man. He's murdering people.
Do you think because of the first two seasons he was just killing
outright just killing people.
Do you think they could have stayed on the killing route? Not the non-killing route, but could they have stayed and kept Arrow? He wouldn't have had any friends, or would he? And what kind of friends would he have made in that universe?
Yeah,
if he was still killing, he'd be the Punisher.
Yeah. And he'd have people like, is it Wild Dog that's cool with the killing? Which one of them? Isn't one of them like...
Wild Dog
is the coming of when the show got bad.
Yeah, sadly.
Yep.
Like
I feel bad for that dude.
Essentially, once they named him Green Arrow, he got the sleeveless suit, and then they added the new Rogues Gallery with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The show was done.
Yeah. Which season was Suicide Squad?
Fucking the first Suicide Squad was season 2.
First Suicide Squad, yeah.
That was season 2 when they had
Michael J. White.
Right, yeah. Ron Tiger and and they had Deadshot and whatever.
Man.
That was
I was like, I can't believe this is real.
And then they made them stop because they're like, oh, we're making a movie. And then the movie wasn't good.
Shit.
Fucking hell, man. I was just scrolling through news real quick. Jessica Jones director S.J. Clarkson developing a Marvel movie for Sony.
No.
It's going to be a female focused character. Guys, we're probably looking at like Spider-Woman or Silver Sable. Like what? Because didn't they put a whole bunch of these movies on the back burner? That
Silver and Black or Black and Silver.
Yeah, something like that.
Sure,
So
go do Silver and Black. Do not touch Jessica Drew's what's it called, Spider-Woman.
why?
Because, man, I don't know.
You want her for Marvel?
Wait, this is the person who did Jessica Jones. What season?
I think she was like she just worked on the show. It didn't say she was a director. I don't know if she.
I don't want anyone that did that show to sully anything Marvel.
Oh, that's what you guys mean. Hot damn. Okay. That is hilarious.
Like, I barely want anyone that worked on Luke Cage to work on anything Marvel. I'm not gonna lie, or Iron Fist. Literally anyone in the Netflix verse, just don't touch anything else.
Daredevil.
Iron Fist should touch anything Phil.
Daredevil though.
The first showrunner from season 1 of Daredevil.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants.
Oh, easy,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
He always leaves shit too, so I don't know.
Yeah.
He's
Punisher too. Punisher as well. Just those two shows. Whoever's involved that wasn't involved in the other ones, just like singly involved in those two, come aboard.
That's hilarious.
Please leave without a fuss.
Please leave without a fuss.
Oh man. That's good.
Guys, that's pretty much the whole show, kids. That's
got a lot off our chest.
Yeah, we said a lot today. This was a wild one. But it was good. An hour and 50 minutes. Yeah, we probably should wrap it up.
Yeah.
But consistent. Big shout out to everyone who tuned in, man. I kept seeing people like jumping in and out, but like it was consistent. There's always people watching the whole time, which is always fun. Thank you guys for tuning in and geeking out with us and listening to our wild insanity. Anything you
Catch
guys
it again on all your streaming platforms after
yeah guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be out on Friday, the audio only. And if you guys want to rewatch this, it's going to be on our pages. We posted it. Anything you guys want to tell people?
No.
Usual.
See you next time. we're all here. We're all gonna be here.
True. We ain't going anywhere, folks. No. Lord have mercy.
That face.
Lord have mercy. Yeah, guys, keep checking out franklinarmstrong.com. Make sure to check out all things Franklin Armstrong on the website. You can check out Geektastic Cypher. That's canon. Past episodes of Kane, Them Running with Wolves, Urban Renewal Project, Queer FM, R&R podcast, and Not a Journalist. And I'll be back also tomorrow on Not a Journalist. I'll be talking with Seek Knowledge, who's now living in Toronto these days.
We used to take the 204 together.
Yeah, man. Shout outs to him. So that's it. That's the whole show, guys. We out. Peace, folks.
Peace.